Gosh, it's been a while. Thank you for joining me today. I have a new kind of video for you. This is something I've been doing or I've been wanting to do for a very long time. But I didn't want to do it until I talked to the original creator and made sure it was cool with her. So what I'm going to bring to you today is the very first notebook challenge video that I'm going to do. Now, the notebook challenge video is not my idea. This was a video series that Sarra Cannon has been doing over on her Heartbreathings channel. She's been doing it for, oh gosh, years at this point. I went back and watched like her early ones, and I want to say she's been doing it since like before even 2019. But the premise of the video is that Sarra, like many of us, loves notebooks. I love notebooks. There's like 4 of them in the in the frame right now, not to mention this stack over here. And like they're beautiful, they're useful, but how many times do we have these gorgeous notebooks that we buy and we love and we put on a shelf and we never use, and then we're sad because, well, we've just wasted this gorgeous notebook, we haven't used it for anything. So Sarra started the notebook challenge as a way of helping her use up her notebooks and kind of, challenging her community to do the same. And so when I had the opportunity to meet Sarra in Boston at the Subscriptions for Authors Summit this past month, I asked her if it would be okay with her if I also did a notebook challenge video and challenged my friend Marisa Wolf to do one on her YouTube channel. And then we would tag Sarra and, kind of start a hashtag of HB90 or HB Notebook Challenge to kind of celebrate the origin, but also just sort of, let's talk about our notebooks. Let's show off what we're using our notebooks for. Let's keep each other accountable and use up some cool notebooks. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to switch us to an overhead view, and I'm going to take you through my most used notebooks this month. And then if you guys like this video, please leave a comment and let me know if you want to see more like this. I think we'll do this for at least a couple months, kind of as a trial run, see if it's something that you guys like. But also let me know how you're using your notebooks, and let me know if you get any ideas. So also, quick reminder, or quick announcement, I guess. The HB90 boot camp, which is Sarra's planning and productivity system. So the planning and productivity system is HB90. She runs a boot camp every quarter that comes with a version of the planner. And then once you pay for the boot camp, you have lifetime access for it. So it's actually a really good deal. That is now open for enrollment. I have an affiliate link that I will link in the description below if you guys are interested in checking that out. I am going to tell you, I go through this boot camp every single quarter, and every single quarter I feel so motivated, so encouraged, so supported. It's really become kind of a part of my self-care. And I just really can't say enough about it. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about it later in the video when I get to my HB90 planner, which I use on the daily. So stay tuned for that. All right, we'll see you in the top down. All right, so here I have a small-ish stack of notebooks. Certainly nothing like like what Sarra usually has to show us every month. But this is what I've been using lately. So we'll just kind of go through them one by one. First, this first one here, this is just an Erin Condren Petite Planner cover that I've been using because I was using the Petite Planners as my main planner a couple of years ago, and I got all these beautiful covers, and then I haven't, I switched up my system, so I've been trying to think of other ways to use them, and I actually kind of like the way that it functions here. Inside, this is an A5 Hobonichi Techo. I think it's the cousin. But this, I didn't start doing it until April, but I started doing a kind of a journaling meditation challenge where this is what I use every morning. I go outside, I sit down on my deck, and I do some like gratitude journaling and scripting of how I want my day to go. And it's been a really great practice for me, kind of helped me get my mind right as the day gets started. And so I'll probably continue to do that. This flower here that I just like literally washi taped it to the front cover of the Hobonichi and then put it inside this plastic cover, which I will look up the name of the vendor, but I got it off of Etsy and put that in the description. But this flower is one of Cindy Guentert-Baldo's fuckery flowers, if you're familiar with those. So they're cool flowers with naughty little messages in them. But yes, so this has been, and then I have just been keeping a Pilot G2 on it, along with this cool little charm. That this has kind of been my first thing in the morning routine. Like I said, it's kind of set up my day, get my mind right type of journal. And I've really been enjoying that practice. So it's technically a planner, but we're going to consider it a notebook as well. Next up, we've got this field book from Excello Brands. This was actually a gift from a friend of mine named Maya Clev. She is a friend and an editor that I've worked with, and I'm trying not to like let you see spoilers. This doesn't have a lot of information in it, but this has been and will continue to be a super useful repository for me to keep my notes about kind of, you know, the future of the Ashes of Antisea series, which is my space opera series that we have launched this year. The first 3 books are available now, so I will leave links in the description for you to go check those out if you want. But this little book is great because it's super portable. It's like a coated paper, not really coated, it's just like slightly, again, not trying to show you guys spoilers, kind of like a thicker cardstock cover, and then it's just lined. You can see there it's about A5, maybe an A5 slim size, but it's also got this cool ruler on the back, which has actually come in handy more than surprisingly, a surprising amount of times, more than I would have expected. So great little book. Thank you, Maya, for that gift. All right, next up, this is an Erin Condren Petite Journal. This is in the Layers design. I have had this book for a number of years. The Layers design was the main design, like, back in 2020, I think. And I love this design because I love the really saturated colors and how beautiful it is. And these little books are very similar to the field book. They're just super portable. So this summer, later this month, actually, I'm going to be the Mistress of Ceremonies at a convention called LibertyCon. And so I have decided to take this notebook and use this as my LibertyCon notebook, where I will put, I'm going to draft my speeches in here and notes and logistics and things like that, so that I can kind of have this as a keepsake afterwards. And yeah, like I said, this is an A5 size. It's just lined. It's got the Erin Condren asterisk there. And this is actually a coated paper kind of cover. So it's designed to fit inside like one of these traveler's notebooks, but I'm just keeping it loose because it's kind of just by itself. I might throw it in one for actually for the convention itself, but for right now it's just loose. So very cool, beautiful, and I'm very excited to use that. All right, next we have 2 more Erin Condren products, so you may be noticing a theme here. This is just one of their notebooks, and I have a ton of their covers, and I think this was part of their Pride collection like many years ago, but I loved it. I thought it was so beautiful with colors and the foiling and the holographic. So I grabbed this cover a couple of years ago, and I just stuck it in this lined notebook here. This has been kind of a catch-all, and you can see I've got a couple of the snap-in dashboards here that I've been using as bookmarks, but also to separate sections. This one has got little sticky notes on it. So this notebook, when I just have need to jot down an idea for short stories, or I'm having a phone call with a friend about, an upcoming collaboration or ways that we want to handle things. And you can see too, I've been using this one for a while, so I've actually torn quite a few pages out of this guy and used them for other things. But yeah, this has just been, like you can see, I took notes on the newsletter ninja book there. So really useful. Love these. Highly recommended. The notebooks themselves they're such high quality with the coils and the paper, and then you've got the cool like interchangeable covers. So I always think these are kind of a good deal, especially if you can get them on the during the semi-annual warehouse sales that Erin Condren usually has. They just had one in the spring. There's usually another one in the fall. So if you want, I will leave a link to the Erin Condren website so you guys can check that out. I am not an Erin Condren affiliate. I wouldn't mind being one, especially if I do more of these videos. But as of right now, I just love the products. So there we go. Same thing with this one. Now these are actually Christmas trees, you guys. This is how I roll. This is an old Christmas collection cover from years and years ago. Maybe not that long ago. I don't know. But again, I thought it was pretty and I liked it. So I put it on the notebook, and here we are. This is the notebook that I used when I took a course called the Six-Figure Author Accelerator course, or Six-Figure Author Subscription Accelerator, something like that, course that's designed to help authors like me really sort of supercharge the doing like a reader subscription. And so this was where I took all of my notes for the course itself. And then also in May, I went to they had an in-person summit here in Boston. And you can see like, I work out things like this, right? Like, oh, okay, what is my one-word brand? Anything having to do with my subscription is going in here. So I'm about to start doing some specific story plotting that will very likely go in here, as well as being online too. I definitely also make use of online tools like Notion. And you guys can see I've got a couple of videos on those on the channel as well, which I will link below. But yeah, this one has, this Erin Condren notebook has the rose gold coil, which is so pretty. It's probably my favorite of the Erin Condren notebook coils. They have some multicolored coils for their life planners. I have one of them downstairs, but I didn't bring it up for this particular video. So anyway, so that's kind of my second Erin Condren notebook that I use there. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over with you today is my planner. So I know you're going to be shocked by this revelation. This too is an Erin Condren. This is their A5, what do they call it? It's their A5 6-ring binder, but it has a specific name. But I am no longer using Erin Condren inserts in it. Instead, this is where I keep my HB90 method planner. So it's currently the middle of Q2, so I have Q2 there. It's a picture of me and my dad. And I don't go quite as nuts as Sarah does with all the cute things in the pockets, but I do a little bit of decoration and mostly just places to keep all of my bookmarks, because I will oftentimes want to highlight or mark things in here. So if you are not familiar with the HB90 method, let me segue into this for a few minutes. The HB90 method is a planning method, planning and goal setting method that was developed by author Sarra Cannon, who also inspired this video. And she used it, she developed it in order to help her reach her writing goals. And kind of, because if you're in the writing world right now, you know that like there's a lot we have to do, right? We have to write, we have to market, and it can feel very overwhelming very quickly. So Sarah developed this method, and then she created this planner, and then she created a course to go with it to help people understand how to use this planner to beat the overwhelm and really sort of focus on your goals that are going to move you towards your long-term vision of what you want your life to look like. And I have to say, I've been using it now for, it's been almost 2 years, actually. It'll be coming up on 2 years in Q3 that I've been using the HB90 method. And my life certainly has changed. And I won't say that it's all because of the HB90 method, but that has certainly had an impact. Using this method has certainly had an impact on my productivity, on helping me focus, on helping me decide where I want my career to go. So this is why I use it. One of the things that we do in the HB90 method is, you kind of start out by creating a vision board. So you can see this is the cover art for the Queen's Fixer, or actually the King's Daughter, that I put on here because this is something that I'm focusing on this month, or this quarter, is the release of that series, and I just really love that art. So some of this stuff is a little bit personal, so I'm going to try again and kind of keep it flipping quickly, but you can see that there's a lot of material in here about, how do I, what are the projects that I'm going to plan? What are my goals going to be for future quarters? And then she's got it broken down into monthly, weekly, and daily spreads. Let me show you a weekly spread. So the weekly section is pretty cool, actually. So you've got the monthly spread here, and then this is the the weekly prep spread, where I will list out my tasks per project and part of the process is figuring out all of this, what it's going to be for the quarter. And then, this is a page that I'm not as good at using as I would like to be. But I didn't do it this particular week in April because I was traveling, but basically you kind of estimate like how many task blocks or how much time it's going to take you to do each of those things. Because one of the things that this system is so good at is helping you really be realistic with the amount of time that you have available. And so you predict that, and then you track it and keep track and make sure that you track it and you go through at the end of the week and review and see if, you actually did spend as much time on that thing as you thought you were going to. And that's part of what this is this is the weekly review page that happens every week. So yeah, the planner is done quarterly. I have been keeping all three of them together in this binder because these Erin Condren, 6-ring binders are actually pretty big, but it does make for a rather beefy package all put together, especially when you have all of these future pages and stuff. So one of the things that I've considered doing in the past is, because I do have more than just this one of the things that I've considered doing in the past is just breaking it out, per month, which I think is what Sarra herself does when she uses her 6-ring binders. This year, I think she's using a different size. She's using like her 7x9 discs for her HB90 planner, which is super cool that it's printable, so you can make it work for whatever system you have. So that is I work in this every single day, and I find it a really great tool to help me focus on when I do have my limited time. I mean, even though I'm writing full time now, I have other things to do during the day. So when I sit down and I have my block of time to work, this is the thing I turn to say, okay, what are my tasks? What do I want to work on? Right? What if you succeed? So that was one of the things that one of the themes that came out of the summit and stuff. So anyway, so this is my HB90 planner, and I absolutely love it. And if you're a writer, or if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're a creative person at all, this is I highly recommend checking it out. And in addition, the HB90 Bootcamp is a course that Sarra runs once every quarter, and it is currently open for enrollment. So if you would like to join the course, it's got a couple of cool features to it. It is, you get lifetime access once you go through it once. So you buy it once and you can go through every quarter afterwards, which is what I do, because I find the refresher very useful every month. And it's kind of an encouraging sort of thing, right? You go through with a group, you Everybody is very encouraging and supportive of one another. You get this great live kickoff call with Sarra every time, and then it's kind of a self-paced. You get a video every day. But you don't have to go through it on the day you get the video because it's evergreen, right? So, very useful course, highly recommended. If you're interested, I will have a link in the description, and I do believe in this course so much that I am an affiliate for it. So if you want to use my affiliate link, I will get a small kickback, and it will be no change to your price, but it'll just let Sarra know that I brought you, and thank you for doing that. So, all right. Well, this is my notebook challenge. Thanks again to Sarra Cannon for allowing me to jump on board with her notebook challenge idea. If you guys like this, let me know what you think of this video in the comments. You want to see more of these notebook challenge style videos? And let me know what you're doing with your notebooks, because if you're anything like me, you have a whole shelf of notebooks that are beautiful that you're not necessarily using. So, let's dive in and let's use some pretty notebooks together. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.